Welcome back to another rebuild here on Madden 24, and today it's going to be of the New England Patriots, a team that is drafting 3 overall in the next upcoming draft, and obviously have an utter desire and need to grab quarterback. Now, it's not a bad year to be pick 3. Normally it's 1 and 2 you kind of need to grab a quarterback. This year, it seems like there's 3 kind of names that they should be able to choose from. The question is, do they see 1 or 2 above the rest? Number 2 overall with the Commanders seems to be probably likely quarterback as well. So there's a good chance they're not going to have first choice, and there's a decent chance that Chicago trades down from 1 to grab a haul. Is that with the Patriots? Is that with the Commanders to guarantee no one hops them even? It seems like the Commanders have the most to lose in this upcoming draft, as they're pick 2 with a likely team hopping them, so they may even be a team that trades up. But do the Patriots trade up, or do they take who they take? Obviously, there's been concerns about Caleb Williams, not the best finish to his season, but more importantly, some of the off-the-field stuff. I know there's been some weird rumors going around, and some stuff that isn't even from him or even his agent, but there's some, kind of arrogance level to it where it's like, oh, I'm not going to play for this guy, or I'm not going to, some Elway there, which, hey, maybe that's a good thing. I'm not going to play for this team. I'm not going to declare if, this team's drafting 1 overall, which, don't get me wrong, is fair, because we've seen what happens when some teams, have a franchise quarterback and they just drive them into the ground, right? Washington, wash your clothes a ton to make sure the smell doesn't go away. But wanting like a percentage of the team or whatever, like it's a little wild, but at the same time, more money to the players than the owners. I mean, I'm chill. Obviously, coaching change with Jerome Maye, and I gotta be honest with you, I need a couple of Jerome Mayes on my team. I need some fast linebackers, but looking at the offense, a lot of injuries, but in general, just not a lot going on. The offensive line, the tackles were really good, especially Trent Brown. Wide receiver, I think Demario Douglas, he was decent, right? He had a couple of decent games, but pretty much need to replace the whole wide receiving core. Ramondre Stevenson's decent, but from a Madden standpoint, 25, I think he's going to be 26, 81 overall. The ceiling's kind of reached. He's good enough, but I would probably like to replace him. The rest, though, the interior of the line definitely needs to be replaced. Tight ends, I mean, they're okay, but once again, more injury concerns, and we need more youth there. Defense, there's a couple of issues. 1, Barmore. Why is he a 78 overall? How is he not higher? And then 2, Tavai should probably be a higher overall as well, and Dev at star, but I mean, people are going to start yelling at me if I start upgrading players, so I can't really do it. Apparently, Jabril Peppers is a elite safety. Jonathan Jones had a decent season, but overall, there's a lot needing to be done, especially the pass rush department. Uche was supposed to be that guy to take the next step and be, the number 1, if you will, on the outside. I don't know if I would say franchise, but, the number 1 that you're like, okay, that's the best pass rusher on this team. Didn't really take that step, and there's a lot of positions we need to replace. Cornerback as a whole, interior line, besides Barmore likely, because maybe we trade up with Chicago, and, that's one of the positions they could use, so maybe that's the route we go. All the linebackers, just because, Tavai is pretty good in real life. He had a really good season. Not even just run stopping, but also in coverage. He's 26, normal, 82 overall. We could do better, and I don't know how much he's going to cost to, re-sign. I think he might actually be on a contract year right now. But, yeah, there's a lot to fix on this Patriots team, and I got to be honest with you, especially if they don't go franchise-level quarterback, that could be a team that I choose for my Madden 25 franchise. I'm going to be honest, because I like to choose teams that need a lot of help, and you could argue replacing the tight ends, the wide receivers, the running backs, the quarterbacks, half the line, all the pass rush, all the linebackers, all the corners. This is one of the most, replacement-needing teams where, the Cardinals, they at least had Kyler Murray, right, and Marquise Brown. But this team, they don't have a franchise quarterback. So if they draft one, maybe things change. But if they don't draft one, they decide to go crazy or something. I don't know. Or maybe they go with Jaden Daniels. He's a really low overall in the game, normal dev for some reason. Maybe we can work with that. So we'll see. But let me know what you guys think the Patriots should do. Should they do the trade up to 1 and get Caleb Williams? Should they trade up to 1 and grab someone else? I don't know what I'm going to do in this one. I know the Bears take Marvin Harrison, but that's just... I just don't know if I see that happening, right? Like, there's arguments lately that there's a couple other wide receivers that are right up there with him, and more importantly, do you take a wide receiver number 1 overall when you know you could probably trade to 3, still get that wide receiver, and probably add like a first-round pick? I just don't see them taking him 1 overall. So if Marvin goes 1 overall, do I make the argument that all quarterbacks are still fair game? I think I have to play it how it lies, and I've seen a couple of comments saying that's how I should play, even free agency. But, yeah, free agency is a little bit different because I think it's pretty obvious that guys like Waddle aren't going to hit free agency, or, guys like a Nick Bosa, if there's one in there, like, those guys aren't just, they're just not going to hit. I also completely forgot to force win games. Didn't matter, though, because the league favorite, potentially rigged, we've all seen the image floating around, Ravens versus the Niners matchup happens anyways, and the Niners and their completely corrupt line judge have won. Still can't get over that line judge, but thankfully the Packers sucked all on their own and didn't technically need any help losing on their own. Barmore is a superstar, despite the fact that he's a 78 overall. Tavai goes to star, which is great, and then Anthony Jennings, did he have a good year? He's a star dev, but he's 27. What do I do with that? So, when you see me not using one of your favorite players, or a player that is young or had a really good year, not maybe young, but had a really good year in real life, I can't do that if they're just not going to work in Madden, right? Like, we don't have EA's magic, week to week wand where they can be like, oh, Dietrich Wise is elite as hell. He's a 90 overall now, which I don't really want. I think that would be really bad for the game, but just in general for rebuilds, it does make it hard because of that. Also, we're using Bengals draft class. The Jaguars and Packers rebuild, I think, had the outdated class. Not because I was doing those rebuilds before. I just didn't know he had an updated class. There's good amount of quarterbacks, especially in, these classes that are listed as really good. So, it's all up to your scouting process, right? Because, think about Patrick Mahomes. He didn't go pick 1 overall, and say what you want about Deshaun Watson, but, that Houston Texans year he had was really good. And there's a bunch of guys that they went further than they would have had they known after the fact, which kind of, that's part of the process. But, at the end of the day, Caleb Williams could be, the next Andrew Luck, or he could literally be, the worst player of all time, perhaps. But yeah, I don't know what I want to do, because I think Caleb Williams might be the highest dev in this class, but I imagine a lot of the overalls are going to be pretty similar. So you see the Bears take Marvin Harrison, pick 1 overall, which once again, maybe they do. Maybe the Patriots are like, you know what? Yeah, you might have leverage on us, but we don't want to trade up. We're chilling. We got 3 prospects. Whoever we get, we get. If you don't find a team to trade with, we're going to get the best of 2, right? We're going to get the 2 best out of 3. And, there's no teams below them. Let me see. The Cardinals, maybe they would trade for a quarterback. The Chargers don't. The Giants, they're kind of locked in on the Daniel Jones contract, but you could see them making a trade. Tennessee, you would imagine, is going to roll with Levis. But the Falcons, maybe Kyle Pitts and pick 8 or something like that. Maybe the Bears trade up with the Bears. I don't know. They get crazy. I don't know how that works, but the Jets, that would be really crazy for them to pull basically Packers against him. Maybe even worse, because you have to trade up higher. The Vikings, maybe they go crazy all in. I don't know. That'd be kind of crazy, but there's some teams there, but there's definitely an argument to be made about just grabbing the best available. If it's Drake Maye at pick 3, that's A-okay. We keep our potential first and second next year, which could be a top 10 in each round as well. We got to stop the Bears, Madden real-life roster building sooner or later. I'm sick of them having a top 10 pick, multiple picks every year, because they keep getting the first pick overall and trading it down. They keep pulling an EA. I got to say, I do love it in a way, because anyone that cries to me about, you trade down too much, the Bears have literally spawned in multiple top 10 draft picks back-to-back years. So, could you stop? But enough of that rambling. 107 mil. I didn't get to see any of the re-signings until just now on Wenu. It's costly, but at the same time, we don't really have anyone to pay for, and it's not the worst I've seen. It's not 20 mil per, which I've seen a lot of times. Kyle Duggar, I'm pretty sure he's kind of mid, right? Oh, he's awful. I'm sorry, Duggar, that I said that out loud, but, it's kind of true. Trent Brown obviously gets a contract, but I might end up having to tag him because, well, he's asking for a lot. Okay, 21 mil per for an 88 overall tackle, I think it was. It's not bad. But yeah, you can see why we're very, let's not trade up because we really need a lot. We are losing a lot of starters, and even then, we're not proud to call some of these guys starters, but they were. So, Mac Jones, see you later for the fifth-year option. See you next year, I mean. Gesicki, I'm just going to let them all go. I just think this is the battle of mid. 72 million, and if once again there's a case to be made about the realism of signing someone, we're going to do it. Pittman, potentially realistic. I could see that. And the Patriots like their possession receivers. Obviously, it's a new regime now, and we'll see. Gardner Johnson, the injury, didn't play much, but has played really well since coming back. You could see it going either way. Cameron Curl would basically be replacing Duggar with another slow safety. But I do like CJ Gardner-Johnson, I can't lie. I just don't like the fact that he's low on the interest list. Geno Stone's cooking, but we just had him in a rebuild recently. And I don't know. I want someone a little bit faster if I can. There's some pretty good names here, so expect some money to be spent. All right, we put big money up, and we do get Gardner-Johnson on a 4-year 36, but we do not get Pittman. I'm going to be so mad if Pittman signed for way lower. I mean, come on. They're the second pick overall. He signed for a 3-year 45. Do you want to know how much money I offered him? A 3-year 75. Are you joking me? 30 million more for the same freaking years. I mean, it's not how it goes, EA. I don't really care. He could be like in the offseason, I want to, play closer to grandma so I can see her after the games. 30 million more for the same contract? Sorry, grandma. Enjoy the nursing home food, buddy. Enjoy the food, bozo. Like, what are you doing? 30 million more for the same contract? There's zero chance, he says. Yeah, I'm going to go with the number 2 overall pick. I mean, they have a higher pick, so they're going to get a franchise quarterback. It's like, well, ones that they draft wrong. I don't know. But who's this guy? He's slow as hell, but we end up getting our safeties anyway, so there's kind of pointless. Hopefully we get Huff, because we need, 2 pass rushers. I don't know if we... I offer him a 2-year for 24. Please tell me he at least signed with a team that's, on their way. Where are they? Where the hell is he? Huff, there's Huff. Stop! Stop taking all my players! Are they kidding? Well, whoever our favorite quarterback is, they're taking him. It's going to be Caleb. Caleb tick 2, whatever. It is what it is. But 52 mil left. We end up getting just a singular safety. And I'm going to go with depth chart, best available, and take a look at what we're cooking up with our current roster. I mean, we need a lot, right? So it got even worse. We went from an 82 to a 78. We need a quarterback, potentially a running back, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends potentially, a right guard for sure, maybe left guard, probably center, couple of linebackers. I don't know what kind of... Oh, yeah, Judon. I forgot about Judon, actually. Nice. That's awesome. Mapu maybe plays linebacker instead. He was drafted as linebacker. Oh, yeah, Christian Gonzalez. Holy crap, I forgot. This team has a bunch of bums of injury, but they're really good players. Of course, I thought J.C. Jackson was released already, no? I can't remember. I thought he went to... Oh, no, it was, yeah, the Chargers released him, and then they signed him. They're like, yeah, we'll take him back. Okay. This team's still not great, but we've got names now. Our DBs are set. I'm loving it. Glad I did this, because I would have been taking players I did not need. Keon White, though, I mean, maybe he has a chance in real life, but 25 years old is just not going to cut it. So we know what we need, which is a lot. Who do we take a QB? Do we trade up? I don't know. I'm pretty confident that this trade goes. We don't need to go to number 1, right? Well, we'll get a quarterback at 3. I just don't know if that's realistic. Like I said, I don't know. The Bears probably trade down. They might even trade down with a team that needs quarterback. Do I make this trade? Losing Judon would suck, but he's 32 already. Pick 35 is a really high pick. That's basically a first-round pick. The Bears could use another edge rusher. Judon's great when he's, healthy. This might even be an under trade. I'm going to offer it. And they don't feel that it's the right trade. They think it's close, though, which is something. Godshaw, I mean, we need to replace him anyways. Oh, they broke. I didn't think they were that broke. Okay, making us look rich, I guess. I mean, I guess to be fair, we are pretty rich. We've got a lot of cap space. I don't know what to do here. Dietrich Wise is definitely way too high of a hit for them. Any O-linemen, they could definitely use linemen, but we don't really have anything there. I mean, we're not in a great spot if we make this trade, but I just think it's the realistic move. I'd have to trade Marco Wilson, maybe. I'd have to trade probably a draft pick. Like a 4th. If they don't do a 4th next, I'm just taking our pick and using it. Okay, it's just too costly. It is what it is. Realism or not, we're just gonna take whoever's there. It is draft time now. This would really suck if the Bears, for the first time in a long time, because this is the updated class from Bengal. I haven't actually used this. Took someone not named Marvin Harrison. Now I'm hoping that's not the case, but you never know. Oh, holy crap! I seen not a long name, and I thought we had gotten scammed. Maybe Marvin Harrison goes this pick, and oh crap, it's the Cardinals. All right, let's see what the Commanders do. Probably quarterback, right? I would imagine. And they take Caleb Williams. Okay, so it looks like it's Drake Maye for us, even though there's a good chance that if the Patriots don't trade up, that it could actually be Jaden Daniels, which, I mean, isn't the worst thing in the world, but it seems like the top two right now are Caleb and Drake. So Drake Maye, the 20-year-old, looks like a goon. Welcome to the squad. Pick 3 overall. We land a franchise quarterback. Let's go. And now at pick 3 in the second round. What did I have? I can't remember. I know I wanted a tight end. I don't know if I'm going to go tight end, but I know I had a tight end there. Wide receiver maybe actually makes a lot of sense. So let's take a look at all the positions. So wide receiver is definitely a big need. This team loves its tight ends, though. So I'm not really sure if I want to go wide receiver. I can probably still get... maybe I can't get Polk in the 3rd round. He's a 2 to 3. Solid speed. He looks really good. Look at all those ratings. I don't know, because tight end, you don't get Sanders if you wait. What about Warren? Is he decent in the 3rd round? He's okay. I could go Nesbitt, maybe. Who do I have here, though? Isaac. I mean, I could definitely use edge. Any other edge? We have Wallace. Wallace in the 3rd makes a lot of sense, I think. Wallace in the 3rd. Corner, I think we can just not go at all for. I think this needs to be wide receiver. Adonai Mitchell. Franklin, who kind of gives me the damn wide receiver we got on our team vibes. Do I go Mitchell? I wanted Keon Coleman, but that didn't really seem to work. I might have to go Mitchell. I need a possession guy, 21 years old. Adonai Mitchell. That's going to be our guy. 91 speed, 92 excel. Welcome to the squad. 6'4". And as much as I would like to trade up, I will just be going to pick 3 and hoping Wallace is there. I think that's the position we're going to be going for. Oh, the tight end Ben was there. He was there. Maybe I should have waited. I should have slowed down. We have running back as well. We definitely need a running back. We're probably going to go like best available and wait. Warren is there. Tyler Warren, 21 years old. A run block. He's pretty athletic, dude. Like, pass rusher is definitely a need, without a doubt. Is Wallace even there still? He is. Do we risk a little bit of the future? I might be willing to do that. Tight end is not an easy position to get. I'm going to take Tyler Warren, I think. I think Tyler Warren's going to be our guy. And he's hidden. Okay. He looks, if I remember correctly, a little bit faster than the other class. So that is a dub. Landing hiddens on hiddens. Fixing the offense one draft pick at a time. Definitely, I mean, we don't need a running back, but I would like one, right? And I really need O-line, but once again, I've made the argument. Even though this is an updated class, he updated, so maybe there's some hiddens in there. I do not want to draft O-linemen in the user classes. Is Wallace still... Well, he was still there. And as much as I kind of like Blake Corum and everyone's like, you know, fonding over him, fiending, that's the one. The Packers going running back Corum. I definitely think Green Bay needs to go running back early. I think there's other running backs, and more importantly, I think there's other positions we need. We could live with, if we had to, which we kind of have to, we could absolutely live with Ramondre Stevenson. So don't want to really go for a position I don't actually need. Some new names in here. Burke is there, who is developable, but I think he is normal unless the class has changed. Rakestraw, though. I added him to the list. I don't think I've seen him before. So it's between some sort of running back, Rakestraw, or a pass rusher, which I'm going to take a look at all of our needs. The thing is, the Patriots are still likely a 3-4, and they've still had pretty good success on defense despite having a bad record. Does Gabriel Murphy fit as a linebacker? He is very athletic. Yeah, Gabriel Murphy looks good. Normal dev, but 86 speed, 87 excel, and he's going to be a starter on the edge. We do have some other names. We could probably trade up and get some immense value. Running back is up there, though. Like, what's the age of McClellan? He's not very good on that left side, but the right side shows that he's fast as hell. I think Audric is... I thought he was fast in that too. I don't even know. But we could use another wide receiver. A guy like Javon Baker would be nice. I mean, if I can trade up here, I can land at least 2 potential starters for ourselves. And I think that really just sells itself. Corner is a kind of need, but I'm willing to just pass on it for this year because we always see really good CPU year, draft corner eras. So... is there any teams with 2 draft picks high in the 4th? Probably not, right? I don't even know if I would say this is a good trade, but a 4th next year, a 5th this year, and Mac Jones of the Falcons for their 2 decently high 4th-round picks this year, which, I mean, it is what it is. Am I losing my mind here, or should we have had more than that? Did I make a mistake somewhere? Pick 16. Okay, maybe it wasn't as good of a pick as I thought, but it is what it is. It works out. That's all that matters to me. I wanted a running back and I wanted a wide receiver, and I think I'm getting both of those, right? So what can I really cry about? Corner, I think, is the best value, but I don't even know if this guy's even supposed to be here still. And he's supposed to be a higher projected player in the following year. And I know a couple people have asked, like, are you going to update the classes to where, they don't have the players that aren't declaring? I don't know enough about this college, scouting process to know every name off the top of my head. So I'm going to try, if it's a name I'm not used to knowing, that I'm like, I don't know about that name. But overall, I might draft some players that aren't supposed to be here yet, but it is what it is. That's just me. I'm going to make sure that this guy's a guy, I suppose. He's a 5th-round guy as well, so that's going to be our pick. Normal dev, 89 speed, 88 excel. I mean, a younger Ramondre, I guess. And then at 16, I'm hoping that all the wide receivers don't go in a row, but we're going to take whoever's, best available left at that point. Baker is projected to be a 6th-round player. This guy looks really good. I'm going to take him. Normal dev, 93 speed, 92 excel. I mean, it could be the youngsters that we just got this year as 1, 2, and then Douglas at 3. We're that desperate. We're going to go to the 6th round. I'm hoping somebody's there. I'm not really sure if there will be. Maybe that, I think there was a UDFA linebacker. He was kind of fast. Maybe I'll grab him. Maybe he's a gem. And, we got other guys, too. We got some other wide receivers. Any of these other, like, maybe the safety, Ransom, if we're lucky? Yo, he's in 2025? I could have sworn last year's draft classes people had him in there. Is this guy ever going to declare? And it seems like McMillan's, like, the only guy remaining that's, like, around this pick in the draft and declared. So that's who we're going to take. Another wide receiver. This team needs as many wide receivers as they can get. So that's who we take. And then in the 7th round... don't know if there's going to be anyone else here still. Maybe special teamer. We're going to take the kicker, McConnell, who's got good kick power. He's 23 with a C accuracy. Don't even know if this team needs a kicker. I feel like the Patriots every so often have a really good kicker-punter duo, and then they just fade off into darkness. Spent a little bit in the draft, but we have ourselves some potential franchise players. And one of them is definitely quarterback. Drake Maye is absolutely insane. He's basically the perfect quarterback. What's the dev? Star? Maybe he's star, and that's why he's like worse than Caleb in this class? I don't even know. Or superstar. I mean, he deserves to be, but at the same time, I was like, I don't really see why I would want Caleb over him. But then again, in Madden, that happens all the time, right? Like, Anthony Richardson was basically the #1 quarterback in Madden because we knew his athleticism was going to be crazy. We want Mitchell to succeed, so we're going to change that number. I don't know what the hell we put him at, but 6'4". I know Randy Moss wasn't number 84 for the Patriots, but I'm going to put him at 84 because he's giving me Randy vibes, even though he's nowhere near as fast. Tyler Warren, though, another hidden. I completely forgot we drafted this guy. Cooking. Obviously, he's a little raw, but hidden development trait is a W at a position we desperately needed because I almost went Sanders in the 2nd, and I'm so glad I didn't. But at the same time, Tyler Warren's also a 2025 guy, so wee. But anyways, the rest of the class, Murphy went to put in an outside linebacker, number 54. Why the hell not? A long way to go, but 77 finesse just needs one breakout. Has like a bunch of different traits. Actually, like all the pass rush traits. McClellan, I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe a bad decision, but 21 years old, giving him options, really good trucking. We really should start him over Ramondre, but I can't. Baker, 93 speed. I mean, he's raw as hell, but once again, if we just get some breakouts for some of these players, we're looking okay. And then another McMillan, but differently spelled. Really good release, though. Okay, McMillan might actually be the guy that gets number 2. Fair enough. Or maybe it's Douglas. I don't know, but I think we did a pretty good job and didn't have to trade down. Well, trade up, anyways. But let's be honest, the Patriots really do need to trade up. But I let it slide. I let it fall. Who knows? Maybe everyone stands tough there and the other teams are like, this is a decent class. I think we're all just going to chill. Is Parker and Juju actually on, crazy contracts? Because they really didn't play that well, and I would rather just completely start fresh if I can. The roster for year 1, we obviously still have a lot of raw positions on this team, but it's better. It's definitely better, especially since we, auto-reordered and we actually have a little bit of youth on the end of the line, but Mitchell needs to be him. McMillan would be a nice surprise, but let's be honest, looking forward, we really don't expect him to develop, but I'm hoping he can, as he has really good release, so you just never know, and he's young. Stevenson, he's the running back for now as McClellan. I just don't know if I see it. I wanted him and was hoping he'd be maybe hidden or decent, but I think Stevenson deserves the starting job, obviously. And then you look at the defensive side of the ball, you see a little bit more positivity. We went with Barmore at DT because he's the biggest guy in the interior. Gonzalez is playing number 1 corner, and Jones at number 2. Safeties are great. Linebackers, we'll see what happens to Murphy, but looking forward, we'd have to replace Benton. Likely have to replace Tavai. Definitely have to replace Judon. Murphy might need to be replaced. Wise will need to be replaced. Keon White will need to be replaced. Jonathan Jones will need to be replaced. Back on the offensive side, maybe running back, probably wide receiver. At least 3 linemen. 2 for sure, 3 possibly. But it's better than when we first loaded in, because I completely forgot about a lot of the injured players. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video so far, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We do a ton of franchise stuff here, especially rebuilds. And if you're not new, I really do appreciate continued support on the channel, as that means you've been here for a while. Also, I know a lot of people have been playing and talking about Pal World for the last 4 days or so. Is it worth playing? Because obviously I have a second channel, PK Plays. I've been playing Spider-Man 2, and I actually uploaded an episode yesterday, and I'll probably upload another one on Friday, maybe. I guess that would be tomorrow. And maybe I'd add Pal World there. I don't know if it's really an upload game, but I don't know. I mean, I'm semi into those types of games, but a lot of the times there's base building for the sake of base building. I want to have some random fights. They randomly come up to your base and just kick your ass. I don't know if that's something that's in there or not, but yeah, let me know in the comment section below. There's probably some of you guys that are absolutely knee-deep in the game, so I'd like to know if it's worth it, and kind of what's the goal, I suppose, and is building a base even mean anything, or if it's just decoration. But let's go into this season where, the franchise quarterback looks completely set. We got a superstar dev quarterback who's already a 79 overall. I even lowered the QB XP, just because I feel like it's already going to be too much, which is crazy because normally we have it on really high, and those are for teams that, have the rookies, and we normally don't. But this time we actually have one of them, so it's kind of crazy. But, yeah, Drake Maye didn't. It is what it is. Relax, okay? The team sucks and the scheme's worse. So I was kind of too busy getting pissed off at the fact that we're winning a bunch of games in a row as of late to even re-sign our players. Barmore needs a contract, 5-year, 67, 81 overall at 25. That's okay. Jabril Peppers, I'm willing to give this up as well, is because I've seen a lot of free safeties, kind of not regress over the later parts of their careers. Tavai is an interesting one. Stevenson, I have to see how well he played, and then Judon, I think, is just going to regress really hard. So unless he had such an unbelievable season that I have no choice but to keep him, a.k.a. Superstar X Factor guaranteed type of deal, which that's not the case. I think we're going to let him go. Jonathan Jones, I think, is worth a 1-year deal. We could probably get a corner, and we might even get one. Worst case scenario is number 3. It is what it is. And then Tavai here, I think I have no choice but to keep him. He's expensive, but his overall is actually not bad. Oh, come on. I think it's actually, maybe it's week 17. Hopefully it's not week 18. Kind of forgot, like I said, I was too busy waiting every single week, hoping we would lose games, and then we just won a bunch in a row, which, once again, doesn't help our draft class, or our draft pick. Ramondre was decent enough. If we find a replacement running back, he's okay for 7 per as a backup. It's a little high, but it is what it is. And it was week 18. Watch us win again. Okay. We go 7-10. For a moment in time, we were 1-9. We finish out 7-10. I rocked the Patriots playbook because I was like, you know what? This is a team that probably would, at best, be a passing by committee team. And I say by at best because in general, they'd probably just be a team that sucks because we really don't have good wide receivers. May was decent. Stevenson, we already seen, was pretty good. McMillan, okay. Mitchell, okay. Douglas, okay. Warren, okay. No one went off, but they were pretty good, I suppose, when you compare to previous seasons. Of course, Trent Brown somehow sucked. Judon, 9.5, 5 for White. And yeah, I mean, I wanted a really high draft pick because I want a pass rusher. We really need a pass rusher. Kicking was good. Tavai could go to Superstar, which is definitely not going to cost more. Surely. Any award wins MVP for Jalen Hurts. And Drake Maye wins Rookie of the Year. Mitchell at number 2. It doesn't seem like the AFC went for the quarterback position, so that was basically a freebie. Rookie of the Year on defense, Murphy at 10. Quarterback at number 8. Running back at number not on the list. Wide receiver definitely not on the list. O-line not on the list. D-line not on the list. Linebacker at 5 apparently, somehow. DB not there, and then kicker at number 2. So, I mean, May kind of got like the default win because there's no AFC rookies, it seems, other than him. But let's go on to the Super Bowl, see if we got any dev-ups. I would think maybe some players on defense, but I don't think anyone did anything on offense to deserve a dev-up. Ravens back in it. See if they win it. Was it the Niners that won? I can't remember, but either way, the Cowboys win this, so it might be 1-1, or the NFC just took it back-to-back. DevOps, none, sadly. Not even Mitchell, who was pretty good considering. May didn't even go up in dev, but what can you do is a bunch of mid on the offensive side of the ball. And then defense, DevOps, please. Judon does go to an X Factor, but once again, as we expected, it's too late. Drops 5 overalls, and I mean, unless it's a really cheap contract, there's really no point in keeping him. I'd rather like start Mapu, or not Mapu, Murphy, even if he sucked this season, give him another chance to develop. He did have a breakout and failed it, than to start Judon when we're still nowhere near ready to compete. So there's just no point. And yeah, let's move along, saving a lot of money, going into free agency with tons of cap, and maybe land ourselves some young starters of the future, perhaps. But we do have to re-sign players, and there was a couple of guys like Tavai, like we talked about. Don't know what his contract's going to look like, but if it's still a 3-year ask, maybe even he gets let go. I don't know. He's actually not a bad overall, all things considered, but we'll have to see. Didn't get to Superstar, which really sucks too. It's now a 4-year deal. Ours was a 3-year. I mean, a 3-year 40 at this point is crazy. 3-year 42 is even crazy. I mean, I think we can keep him cheaper on a tag anyways. Wow. 21 mil for the tag is crazy. I guess he's a free agent. And it looks like we'll try to go for the free safety, Peppers, but I don't know if we're going to get him. It is less than we were offering him, a 3-year 36 versus his new ask of a 3-year 24. If we can do a 3-year 30, I'm still willing. 3-year 30? Oh, come on. Did I really sell? What's the tag? I can't. That's too much. Well, there goes 2 more really good overall veterans. 137 mil. Tua's an interesting name, but don't need him. Could see Creed Humphrey as a free agent because you can't afford everyone if you're the Chiefs, and if there's anyone you're going to get rid of, it's going to be offensive linemen. I know centers are important, but that would be a position you probably would part with if you had to. Joke is expensive, but Tavai wanted that anyway, so Joke could be a guy we bring in. Batonio, I want people that are young enough to like be here for a couple of seasons, so that's probably the route we go. But there's some names here. Tackle, did we need a tackle? I think we're kind of cooking, but Onwenu could go guard maybe, I suppose. But there definitely are options. This is not a great free agent class, but it's better than some of the classes I've seen, so we'll take it, I suppose, and run with it. So we absolutely cooked Creed Humphrey, Joke, and Quinn Miners for our free agent names. Julian Love is not a guy that decided to join us, sadly. I don't really want to pay too much more than what we're offering. And we lose Peppers, so that's really unfortunate. We do have Mapu, but I think I think Mapu is maybe a little too old to be a starter now. To develop, obviously. I really don't want to pay 15 for Julian Love, but he's pretty good in fairness. It puts us in the conversation. If we get him, that'd be great. I don't think it's going to happen, though, because he is... he knows he's sought after, and we do not get him. So we kind of need a safety now, which is unfortunate. Justin Reed is also a free agent, 78. Marcus Maye is not bad. Marcus Maye might be our best option. He's at least an okay overall. His zone coverage, maybe Justin Reed is our guy. I don't want to have him for 3 years, though. I'd rather sign May to this contract, and if he joins, we at least have somebody to play the position. I've seen teams that have, went with worse, and it worked out. So I think we should probably look to draft a free safety or a strong safety, and then whatever happens, happens. So let's go auto depth chart reorder and see what we're cooking with when it comes to the safety spot. We should be good with just, if May joins us, but I think we should probably draft someone maybe in the second round, third round perhaps, but running back is definitely on my list. Wide receiver, obviously on my list. O-line now, though, very solid. We're cooking now. We have got linemen. And then looking at the defensive side of things, we need some linebackers, kind of, because Bentley's not really that guy going forward. And then Mapu, was he 25, 26? 25, 75 overall. Maybe. So, we've got options. We're still going to go for May. Cornerback is up there. And then defensive line, I think we're supposed to be in a 3-4, but I changed this to a 4-3 last second to try and get Joke, I think it was, because he wanted scheme fit, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe we go to a 4-3 anyways, because the defense is kind of playing like crap anyways. And it's not like we have many DTs, right? We need more DTs. And Keon White's not playing that spot, so I think we might actually go to a 4-3. And we do get Marcus Maye. I maybe should have went for a defensive tackle. Who are our options? Stewart is always a pretty good option. Peters isn't really a scheme fit if we move to a 4-3. And Lawrence was too undersized to play the position. Maybe I could have went Za'Darius just because I know he'd play well in Sim. See, that's the thing. I didn't really anticipate going to a 4-3, but if I did, I could have went for DeMarcus Lawrence, and we'd have been really cooking at the pass rush spot. But we're going to be drafting some linemen anyway, some pass rushers, so we'll hopefully land a good one in the first round. Of course, using C4's class for the 2025 draft. We use Bengals for the 2024. Let's see what we can cook up. All the way to pick 12. I don't remember every name by heart, but we did have a lot of pass rushers. There's a pass rusher named Bane I kind of want. But I don't know. I'm just going to probably go until, we have our... Wow, he went all the way at 6. We have a pass rusher. I don't know if it's worth trading up because there is a ton of names. And for the most part, we're not getting super screwed here. We end up with, all the... Nolan looked like a really good DT, but I usually don't draft DT that high anyways. But there are a lot of pass rush options. Hill, I do not believe is one of them. If I'm not mistaken, he's coverage, right? I think... He looks better in coverage. But we have a couple of names. I got to actually suss them out again because I completely forgot. But there's a lot of players here that are good edge rushers. I think Carter is one of them, but I don't know. A to C zone coverage. Walker, I believe, was a pass rusher. And maybe not. I don't know. See, I got to be careful because I'm not remembering right. Perkins, good zone coverage. Was he a pass rusher? No, he was coverage. So there's a lot of guys that are actually coverage, not pass rush, which is a little scary. Why does EA even have this in the game? What is this? Their AI is terrible. 3 spots back, just for the goodness out of our heart. Just come on, man, we're the Raiders, dude. Things aren't going so well. Why don't you trade us that? It's what is that? All right, we trade City Sal and a pick 12 for 20 and 52, which I like because I think we should still get edge. I think the Vikings even might take edge here, which is something. They do not. They take safety. We need that as well. I actually don't remember scouting safety either because we were looking like we were going to have, some veteran safeties, and that didn't happen. Yeah, you watch your profanity, Roger. But I think Scorton might be my guy. I'm horting for a Scorton. Peyton. There's some really good players, though, at many positions. He's a heavy man, but he is going to be my heavy man. Pretty athletic for his size, got an A power move. I'm just hoping I didn't sell. I may have sold. Normal dev. Oh, I did the bad. I traded down when I shouldn't have. I really wanted Bane the most, though, so I was kind of just like, I don't know, rebelling against the powers that be for not giving them to me. Cornerback's kind of a big need for us. Is there a cornerback worth taking? Walker looks pretty good. Hairston looks all right. And the rest is kind of all over the place. So, I mean, I feel like you have to take, like, maybe Walker right now if you really want a corner. He's very fast. I'm going to take him. Another normal. Okay, sweet. Off to a great start in the draft. I love it. Pick 20. I believe this is the pick that we got from the team we traded with, the Vikings. That's the one. That's the team, all right. Who's this guy? Walker. Is this the pass rusher? He is. Johnny Walker. Ugh. I don't know, dude. I scouted him further, and it wasn't bad. What about Patrick Payne? Okay, I'm gonna do my scoutings, so you guys don't have to hear me like question things a lot. I also completely forgot about wide receiver, but I think, like, I didn't forget about it because I scouted, but I forgot about, like, I just wasn't even like thinking about drafting it that position. But I think Harbor looks really good. I think I'm going to actually go for the 20-year-old, very athletic 6'5" wide receiver who is hidden dev. This is like what Randy Moss would look like if he had some heft to him. That is a busted draft pick. Oh my. Pick 12 I think might be DT if there's one there. I don't want to trade up because we're looking kind of low for picks. But let's see if we got any DTs. I think that's the choice. There's a couple of pass rushers still. Oh, we're down to like one guy. Caleb Banks, 22 years old, A power move. Welcome. Please be hidden. He's not. I'm sad. We could also use a coverage linebacker, which I don't know if I have many left. Actually, Perkins was one of them, wasn't he? 20 years old as well, which we like to see because obviously this is like a future class. I think I trade up for Perkins here with the Detroit Lions, which, man, I really don't want to lose next year's pick. Like a second-round pick. That's probably what we're looking at here, but let's see. Hope it's worth it. Traded a third round next year with 2 7s this and a 5th. Which is, I mean, not even that great a value for them, but they're getting, a little bit more quality, or quantity over quality, and this pick needs to be quality. I kind of like Parker as well. I might trade up in the 4th round if he's still there. Linebackers definitely needed as well, but they're all like UDFAs. Flow, I suppose. Bywater, but I don't really want to buy any. O-line we're kind of like selling on, but we did really well in free agency, thankfully. We needed it so bad. I guess we're going to go Perkins. Oh, yeah, that's where we're going for linebacker. We're chilling. We're chilling. What am I talking about? We went for Perkins. I was kind of like thinking maybe I actually go running back because, Ramondre is the starter. I mean, I feel like we're selling because if we're ever going to develop the position, we kind of need to get someone here soon. Darius Taylor, I think he was another slower type, wasn't he? 20 years old. He's okay. I don't really know who to draft here. Running back, though. Jalen Wright in the 6th round, is it? 5th round? Let's go to the 5th round and see if he's there. I don't want to trade up to the 4th round. I just don't. Jalen Wright's there. I don't remember if he was fast either. 21 years old. He's decently fast, actually. So, is it time? Time to grab him? Could use another pass rusher, but I think we're just going to rock with what we have and hope that the 4-3 just juices it. Let's go to the Dolphins, see if we can maybe just trade players, because we're starting to get into that 5th, 6th round position where, the players are what you can kind of get the value for. I can't because they're broke. Oh my, this is all draft picks. I mean, I would have no draft pick past the 4th round. Oh, we got to find someone that isn't broke as hell. We trade Keon White to the Saints for their 5th and 6th round picks and Jackson, who's, DeMarco Jackson's, he's an okay backup, but really just try to get them, take some money off them so they can take the money from us or the player with a contract from us. But I think this is going to be the running back. I think Wright. He looks the best, I believe. Oh, what about, oh no, we just looked at Darius Taylor. He's not bad by any means, but let's take a look at the backside. We can't get a guy that's freaking 5'9" as a starter, surely. What about Taylor's actual ratings? He's 20 years old as well. B-trucking, I think we're going to go with Jalen Wright just because he has the most on-card like abilities. Jalen Wright, normal dev, maybe another dumb position pick, but at least this one's all the way in the 5th round. And we still have a pass rusher, so Dennis Sutton's going to be my guy. I don't know if this guy's even projected to be here this late, if he's even projected to be in the draft of this year, but I don't care. We're taking him. I need that depth on the edge, and obviously he's a pretty low overall anyways, I'd imagine, since he's normal dev. I'd say most user classes, the devs are hidden with decent ratings, right? Like we would have seen like maybe even an A finesse or something in there, but obviously didn't. Dion Burks is still there. We've got Nyland Green. Maybe he plays safety for us. I don't know. He's 6'1" with okay speed. 93 speed, 91 excel, and 91 change of direction. He's got some value. And we're going to head off into this draft recap. I don't know how we did because there was a couple of really big positions for us that were normal dev. So, I don't know. The edge, DT, hope they're at least good overall. 73, 73. A lot of 73s. 72. The left end of the corner weren't great. But what about right? Was he the right guy? I'm sorry. I don't need to do that. Very similar to like a normal like late running back you would see. Harbor, 73 overall. A little surprised that he's not higher. Just because like he looked like great, but I guess he's just more of a potential guy than an actual like right now ready to go. But he's got all that speed, so it doesn't matter. Star dev. We didn't land any other hidden, right? Like, the corner was normal, the DT was normal. We landed a lot of normal. Like, a lot of it. What about Scorton, though? Is he good? Oh, he's good. He's good. Is it left out? Left end we need? I mean, we're playing a 4-3 now. I mean, this is, like, one of our more proper rebuilds, I gotta be honest with you, because we've got a lot of guys that just aren't even close to ready, and a lot of them are normal dev. So, I think we've done pretty well. Look at the power move, though. Okay, I mean, we can live with these players. So, we're fine with that, I think. What about Sutton? Was his finesse anything? The power, anyway. 73 power for B, which is pretty on-brand for EA. What about Green? Is he a safety? Is he a corner? Very undersized for safety, and he has, like, no man or zone. So, I guess man is better. That'll be the thing. And then... Perkins, I don't know if it's left out, right out we need, but we're going to start him somewhere. I think Bentley plays right out, so we're going to be moving him to left outside linebacker. Very raw, but super athletic, and star dev, which is a win. Didn't land any offensive lineman, but like I said, we killed it in free agency for O-line, so we're set. We don't really need anyone anyways. But let me know if you guys think we should keep using the 2025 draft class going forward or not. All right, new and improved. Hopefully the wide receivers look like they could be for the future. Running back Stevenson, I'm hoping there's a running back in free agency, and I'm willing to pay because we are looking at an okay situation, but we would love to have a guy that can take this offense to the next level. Offensive line, we don't know what kind of money situations we might have in the future, but we have a really good offensive line now. Tight end, solid. Quarterback's obviously really solid. Defensively, obviously a lot of normal devs still, but high potential guys like Scorton and Banks still have a lot of potential. Murphy, I'm curious to see what his ratings are looking like. 78 finesse, not great block shed, but he has time to cook as well, especially since now we're in a 4-3. Cornerback, we need a new cornerback. Walker really isn't going to be him, I don't think. Maybe if I started him this year and he wins like Rookie of the Year, but at the same time, I've seen a lot of success as the slot corner getting dev up, so... You never know. Jones just is too good right now to not start. And then Maye. Mapu might be good enough for the future, but Maye right now is definitely better. And I think it's the more realistic move, especially as a veteran. And we'll just probably find a free agent in the future to replace him. Bentley needs to be replaced, but Perkins and Owusu Koromoa are obviously great. So defense might be a little bad, but offense hopefully has a decent year, and... maybe we even sneak into the playoffs. Probably not, but maybe. We had a pretty good start to the season. It's starting to fade a little bit, though. Marcus Jones is not a bad number 3. Maybe that's the guy for the future. Cole Strange, I think we replace. Jonathan Jones, I think we replace. Trenton Brown, we try to keep on. Honestly, let's just give him a 2-year deal. 36 mil. That's, 18 per. That's not terrible for a guy that high of an overall. And we have all this money left over despite having no one else to really pay. We're kind of coming back, but I think it's a little too late. And it is 7-10. It was an up and down season, but I'm hoping the stats at least looked good because, yeah, we're trying to develop a team here. You can see this middle part, terrible, but we ended up winning last 3 of 4 which is probably bad because we were on par for another top 5-ish pick. We didn't have one last season, but you know what I mean. The year before, the year we started this rebuild on, but Drake Maye, I mean, I'm trying. I don't know if this... Oh, my God. I don't know if these playbooks are working. I don't know. The top 2 wide receivers are pretty good, but I think it might be time for a change. Defensively, the rookie, 8.5. Please be good enough for Rookie of the Year. Please. Christian Gonzalez could be a superstar, which would be nice. Kicker was pretty decent. Punting was okay. And kick return, punt return game usually doesn't produce anything. MVP goes to Mahomes. And Rookie of the Year, let's go. We needed that so badly. I don't think we're going to win anything else. Was he at least on the D-line? Yeah, number 9. Fair enough there. And yeah, kind of feels like a wasted season. Bills versus Niners in the Super Bowl, which has the Bills winning. Please, dev ups. I don't know who we would have on offense, but defense, I need some pass rushers to dev up. Offensively, we have nobody going up in dev, sadly. And defensively, we actually have our guy skipping star dev and going straight to superstar. Rookie of the Year. Oh, did it glitch out? Maybe it was because of the what is it called, though? The numbers. I thought 8.5 would be good enough to go from normal to star, and then the Rookie of the Year award would be good enough to go from star to superstar. That's my thought process, at least. And Christian Gonzalez, of course, a superstar, which is clutch. And that's one, 2 less positions that we have to worry about. Still need a safety, still need a linebacker, maybe DT, possibly, probably right end, definitely corner, then running back. But I mean, outside of that, we're fine. So if we can get half of that in free agency, might be able to have the starters set and planned for the rest of this rebuild. Of course, we have a ton of money, so we just need the right names to drop more than anything. And as far as re-signings go, I did re-sign Marcus Jones to a 2-year $8, just to have that depth there. I don't remember if there was anything else we're missing. 5th-year option I don't want to do. We need a new left guard, I suppose. I forgot about. But yeah, nothing massive. And Micah Parsons. Oh, how I wish I could do that. Quincy, maybe because he's so interested that he would join on a cheaper deal. Petrie is an interesting name. I don't want to spend this kind of money, right? But if the players are there and I have all this money, I can't save money for a potential re-signing that hasn't happened yet, And as far as line goes, I don't know if we're ready yet for a Tooney. And I don't know if Ryman would make sense at guard. Maybe he would. He's pretty balanced. Ryman's actually really good with better power block than finesse. I think Ryman at guard could be interesting, but I don't know if he'd actually want to join. DT would be a nice addition, but I don't think we're looking at too great of a player there. Pass rusher, sure, I would like Micah Parsons, but that just right now doesn't seem to make any sense. Maybe he had a bad season. Maybe, let's see. Yep, they would get rid of him at 21 sacks. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what other people do with their rebuilds, but I am not going to be doing that. Simply put. We might be able to do better long-term for linebacker, but if we got Quincy on a 1-year 15, I don't see how that could really be beaten. Damn, if I gave him the proper years, he would easily accept. 2-year 30, is that more interesting? I do kind of want him because, once again, it's another position that I wouldn't have to worry about. It's a lot of money, a 1-year 17, but if I can kind of guarantee we get him on a 1-year deal, at least we're not locked in. It's weird because it's probably just cheaper to do. Well, I mean, to be fair, he wants 15 mil anyways, so if I gave him a 1-year 18 and that got him, it's still not enough though. 1-year 30 or 20? It's a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but he's asking for 15 per, and this high expensive contract is gone now rather than later, so I think that's a worthy contract. It's all about who's available, and I just think the value's there. So we need a new cornerback. Jonathan Jones wasn't bad by any means, but I think we just need to go younger route. Benford maybe as a bandage if in case we can't find someone. All right, everyone but Ryman has accepted a contract. Is it to us though? It is, but we do not get someone. Quincy joined a different team, which in fairness, ours was only a 1-year deal, so it makes sense. A 3-year 44 versus our 1-year 20. I mean, I could kind of see it, so at least it's not the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen in the history of the game, which usually happens often. I suppose we can go Holcomb. I'd probably rather go youth, though, so if I can get this on a 1-year deal, once again, not having to risk the future, I'm down. And Ryman's very expensive, so if he joins, sure. If not, that's fine. It is what it is. I'm not really too pushed. And we get Holcomb, so a bunch of defense. We get a new running back. We ended up going for Braylon Allen, who we just didn't grab when we had a chance earlier, as they're not using him still. And we give him to Mario Douglas, who's actually not a bad player at all. They have Tyjae Spears as their starter. They have Gainwell. They have Schrader. They've got a bunch of names, whereas we're going to take him and start him right away. So we're not going to be wasting him, and hopefully he can go next level. We have pick number 8, which is definitely a little bit better than I was hoping for and expecting, so I'll take that. Eagles get the first overall pick somehow, and they take tackle, which is fair enough. So far, so good, as clear-cut, our biggest need is pass rusher still. Hutchins was one of my guys. Do I risk going one more, especially knowing that the Buccaneers are a 3-4? I don't know, because I think my big list here had... Grant's actually not bad, in fairness. And we could always go Carney. Yeah, we'll go one more pick. There's another outside linebacker, but we'll see. Because now I'm starting to think maybe we wait for Carney, but we also kind of got in this situation of not having a good edge rusher, even though the guy is now a superstar, by maybe going a little too trade down heavy. Turner's 1-2, though. Witherspoon, 6'6", very fast. Normally you don't see a guy that fast at that height, which is why I'm thinking maybe he's like an elite monster. Turner is also fast, a power move as well. There's options. And I know for a fact that dev does not just occur because they're highly drafted. I see it all the time that players are just good or bad randomly. And realistically, if we traded down, we could potentially grab 2 pass rushers if the one's bad. So do you take the chance of trading down to like 22, grabbing basically another first-round pick or a high second, and having 2 shots at it rather than being really unlucky, especially without a third-round draft pick, being really lucky and getting a normal dev anyways? I think it's smart to make a trade. All right, Jade Stevenson, Mafi, a first-round this and a fourth-round this for a first, second, and third this, which a third next year. So we could pick 21. Obviously, I would have loved to have like pick 21 and like a high second, but instead, this is what we're going to get. And I'm going to assume there's someone there, as we had a couple of 1-2s and we had a couple of 2-3s. So there should at least be somebody here. That's just my impatience showing again, though. But let's see who we got. So Grant is still there, which is definitely nice. Austin is there. Where the hell's our other guy? Whitmore is there. Turner is there. So I think we're going to go with Whitmore or Turner, whoever looks the best. Whitmore is also 21 and a finesse style with that A pursuit. I think Whitmore looks the best. And then Turner, who don't know anything about that front side, does have a power move. But once again, we can make a back-to-back trade-up if Whitmore sucks. Hopefully this is the right call. Tony Whitmore. And he's hitting dev. We win. All right, we went to our next pick. We did have a really good cornerback named, was it Murphy, I think? But I also had some other names like Stevens and Fells that were really solid looking. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to make that play. Oh, even though we don't really need safety right now, Rutland does look pretty good. I need the corner for sure, but I can land probably both. Rutland, man. We could have safeties on safeties. Petrie could be the starter now, but maybe Rutland takes over. I don't know. We got some safety options. I think we grab safety as well, but I think... Is it Stevens I want the most? I think Stevens is our guy with that press as well. He's 21 years old. He's our guy, Kevin Stevens. Hidden dev. I mean, there's some value at DB here. Once again, I'm going to get a little impatient, go to 21, and I might take another DB. Even though we really need DT and O-line more, I'm willing to trade, that third next year, maybe even the second next year, just for the insane value I'm seeing here. Like, these DBs look very good. Camp Fells is still there. All the safeties are gone. So I think what we do here, we don't really need corner, though. We really don't need corner. As much as the value is great, I think I'm going to trade down to like the early third, grab some linemen, and try to get enough picks to also grab a linebacker. And the Bills are treating me pretty well here. Interdivisional, I don't give a damn, because they're giving me a third next year and a fifth also next year, I think. I don't really care what it is they're giving me. They could be trading up for a damn quarterback, which we know there aren't. I would take that trade. I'm sorry, but I got to do it because if I don't, and then the next team, gives them the quarterback anyway, who cares? Do what you do for yourself. If you're worried about what other teams are doing, you're already losing. Donaldson, hidden. That's what it is. That's the way it goes. And I think most GMs feel that way as well. Even if they think the guy could be a, generational quarterback, it's just, it doesn't matter what the teams around you are doing. It's all about what you're doing. At the end of the day, if you think it's making you better, it's worth it. And we do need that DT, actually. We might be cooking up some L's. I'm going to be honest. We're going to be taking some L's with the, not the contracts, but the trades here. If there's any value, I can maybe get rid of, like, Murphy. Murphy might have some value. Do they need a pass rusher? Murphy's a good overall for his age. He just sucks on our team for some reason. They can't afford it. Really? They need a right end and they won't even give up a third-round pick for Murphy. That's kind of crazy. Good thing the Cardinals would. They ended up wanting the right end. They get a third-round pick to us, which is also a very high third-round pick. I did see it on there, so hopefully all those players are there. I speak way too much during these drafts. I love the talks. And that's why these videos are so long. Oh my god. Almost made a sell. But if you guys enjoyed the longer videos, that's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me. We got linemen as well. Is it Heron time? I think it's Heron time. Mario Heron, 21 years old. Hidden? Yes! Speedy with strength. Let's have it. I am all about that. I would like the other DT too, but that's just getting greedy. We need a... The corner looks good. Dude, the value is so good. We could wait till Wolf and Samuel are the last ones, and then linebacker-wise, Richardson's probably the best bet, but I think Northcutt is pretty good too. I think we're going to wait until one of them are gone, the last remaining for that position as well. We trade a 6th-round pick to move up a few spots. Wait, how far did we have to go? Oh, 4 spots for a 6th round in the 3rd. Ooh, it is what it is. That's only a 6th round. Sadly, the linebacker we wanted the most, Northcutt, was, undercut in front of us. But Tim Holcomb's going to be my guy. The eliteness at speed, which is ridiculous, should be hidden, and he is. That's probably a top 10 draft pick in a user class. Don't know if that's saying much, but it really probably is. And even though I just paid Marcus Jones for a late 3rd from the Titans, works out for me as we're going to be using this pick for a cornerback who has high potential, and this could be one of our best drafts I've ever had. Let alone in a rebuild, whatever. Just in general, not in general, but you know what I mean? Just one of the best. Not this year, next year, last year, whatever. Samuel wasn't hidden, which kind of sucks, but I think the pick was worth it. And we're going to go to the next round, and I might even take a running back, which is another trade-up situation, though, so we'll see. But that white dude, he actually looks pretty damn good. Carson with an A break tackle, B carrying, B ball carrier vision, OK speed, A truck, A break tackle. I mean, he just looks like a pretty damn good player, so that's who I'm going to go for, I think. Even though we don't need the running backs, we just traded for Allen. At the end of the day, Allen is normal dev, so you just never know. But the value is there for Allen. It's just opening up our options. We go up a 3rd round next year with 2 7s for this pick. Yes, that 3rd round pick could be the first pick in the 3rd round, but at the same time, this is the first pick in the 4th round, so it's 32 spots at the very worst from the 4th to the 3rd, which I think is pretty fair. Hayden looks good, too. Maybe I don't need the running back. He looks really good. O-line's not really a need right now, but it definitely will be. 21 years old. I'm taking Hayden. I sold! I want the running back! No, I don't know if I can make the trade up. We trade Walker and 2/5 for the Broncos draft pick. Hopefully this running back's worth it. Don't need Walker anyways. We traded it. We lost a lot of value on that, in fairness. I think we took him mid-late 2nd, but he's not very good. Oh, I have Pearman too. He's the only wide receiver I put on my list because he's got speed. I got to go for the wide receiver. Another sell! I'm not doing another trade up. I mean, he's really fast, obviously, but I'm going to take a look at the running back afterwards. I don't care. The running back was ours twice, and we ended up going elsewhere both times. In fairness, bigger position needs, but still. All right, we still have $100 million after all of the free agent spending we've done over the, I don't even know how many drafts, but yeah, we got some pretty good overalls in here. 76, 76, 75. That's our new right end, Tony Whitmore. 80 finesse, 70 block shed. Of course, it could be a bad thing because Murphy, obviously normal dev, it doesn't take much to develop that, and Whitmore might still be like only star or something like that, which sadly is the case, but I think it's always worth going youthful, getting a new name when the other names aren't working out. Stevens! I think he's our new number 2 corner. 5'11", but very athletic, very good in coverage, like really good. And what's his dev? Star dev. Was hoping for some sort of superstar. Still not too late, though. DT would be like a really huge position to get superstar, or this guard Donaldson, who is a very good finesse blocker. His base ratings are pretty good, too, but his power blocking does suck, which kind of sucks for a guard. Maybe he's a future tackle. I don't know. But let's take a look. Also star. If there was any position that could be hidden, I would love for it to be this DT. An 80 finesse move for the DT, as DT's been a little bit of a struggle one for us, even with Barmore. Still star as well. Linebacker, this would be one of the guys that I would expect to be the gem of the draft. A little bit slower than he probably should have been, but hit power, tackle, those are the things you want the most because you can develop all the other stuff by just using them. But hit stick and tackle being really high, that's pretty clutch. With superstar dev, like I said, he looked like the gem, and he really is. Is it left out we need, right out? I don't really care. We're starting him at one of the positions. What else? The cornerback, he was normal dev, but he was very good at least. Yeah, 76 zone, 79 man coverage. Pierman, let's take a look at him, the speedy guy. And yeah, he was decent. He'll be our number 3, but Hayden was definitely a bad pick. We could have had the perfect draft if this running back's good and we didn't take him. Carson, 76 overall. I knew it. I knew it. Rick Grimes looking ass. I knew it. Don't be superstar, though. Okay, fair enough. We can live with it. Here we are for Season 3 now. Allen, the new running back, very young, just needs a dev up. The wide receivers, they're getting there, but it's taken a little longer than I would like. Offensive line's one of the best we've had in a while, in a year 3 or earlier of a rebuild. Defense, we are cooking. Everyone is star or better, and for the most part, more than star, right? We have 3, 4 superstars. It's great. Safety, maybe strong safety you got to look at, but Petrie, a 3-year, $30 million deal, I think it was. I think it's worth it. He's good zone coverage. This has got to be a playoff year. I'm rocking the Jaguars offense, and it might be KC defense. But, yeah, we ran Detroit's offense last year. I kind of wanted to see what we get out of it. Did not work out. Hoping that this is different. 10K XP for Whitmore. 1 of 2 for the breakout already. Hey, breakout quarterback. Maye is an X factor. And here's Drake Maye again with another breakout win. 15K XP. 119 mil. We got to pay Gonzalez. Done. Miners done. Maybe keep Mapu just so we have a good backup. And once again, we have all the money in the world. We do have to pay May, but even if it's 50 mil per, we have money for it, so we're chilling. Bro, how are we this good of a team and finish 7-10 again? I ended up going with the Raiders playbook afterwards. Do you just have to go with the Chiefs playbook or the Cowboys playbook or the Falcons playbook on offense, and that's the only way to do it? Is that literally it? Is you just have to play the game that way every time because that's just what EA does? You got to be one of the teams with the playbooks. It's all about the playbooks. Good touchdown to pick ratio. Allen, good yards and touchdowns. Maybe he gets a dev up. Harbor and Mitchell were pretty good. Warren was decent. Offensive line, Trent Brown gave up 9 sacks somehow. Pass rush, please. Pretty mid, to be honest. Picks were okay. Kicking was terrible. Punting was really bad. It seems like 50 yards per punt is like minimum, like the average. Of course, MVP goes to Allen. Any award wins for us? No. Not a soul. Lovely. But then you have the Giants in the Super Bowl somehow. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Somehow they're winning Super Bowls. What's their team? Tell me they had Tua, because I think Tua was in free agency at one point, wasn't he? They have, in fairness, a decent quarterback. Saquon Barkley. Marvin Harrison's a beast. Is that really a Super Bowl team? Bro, no way. Judon won a Super Bowl, though, which is cool, but this is not a Super Bowl team. This defense would be giving up 40 per game. All right, let's see if we had any dev ups. Maybe the receivers? Probably the running back, actually. No, but Allen is a star dev, which is nice. He's 81 overall, which is pretty cool. Warren, actually. Warren went up in dev, I believe, to superstar. What's the... we got to change the build. Speed, I don't think, went up. Maybe it went up 1, actually. Warren, though, the superstar. How old is he now? 25? 24? Super young superstar dev, which is great. It's a pretty big dev up. Anytime you get to superstar, it's like a huge milestone. Who was not superstar? I think it was Joke. Joke went up in dev, which is great because we paid a lot of money for him. So worthy signing, I suppose. 88 overall, can't make the playoffs. Thank you, EA. We love you. Drake Maye, I mean, he's going to ask for a max anyway, so you might as well do the 5th-year option, and we're chilling. Like I said, we have a lot of money. It's put up or shut up time. This free agent class needs to be good. Even if it's a running back, I probably take them. Just because we need to spend some money to make the team good. Having all the future set up means nothing when we're just not winning games. We're not making the playoffs. I don't understand how, but we just aren't. Tyreek Hill would be great, but I think that's a little bit of a, not even overkill, but just a non-need, especially since he's, not interested in joining. I'll take a look. Let's see. A 3-year 78. What's that look like? There's no point. There's no point even trying. We have pick 9, and honestly, nothing to draft. Unless I'm missing something. I almost made a trade for a wide receiver or a running back, and I was like, you know what? I like what we're building here. I just want to develop what we've got. Harbor, yes, he's only an 80 overall, but he's also only 23, actually only 22 years old, and he has high upside. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to live with it. Two 1,000-yard receivers and a 1,000-yard running back. So realistically, maybe tackle. But, unless I go for a proven one right now, we can't really improve what we got on, right now anyways. So DT for the future, safety for the future, lineman for the future. Really just all future picks. Don't even need an edge rusher, but honestly, if there's a decent one here, I might take one just to have that edge threat. I think it's just a position that's kind of hard to beat as far as pure value goes. Were any of the corners there? Brittingham there. We don't really need him, though. Bartow, did we grab another wide receiver for the hell of it? 22 years old. He looks pretty good in fairness. He's got bad deep route, but A release is really hard to beat. A spec, A short, B catch and grab. He looks decent. I might take him just for pure value, but it's another player we don't really need, so I don't know. We do have Banks, the outside linebacker. I don't know if I know much about him. I just know that he is a pass rusher. And he does have a finesse. I might take the wide receiver. I don't really even need one, but why not just continue to grab more and more value? Please be hidden. And he is 92 speed hidden. And I think pure value-wise, even though safety might be our biggest need going forward, is Vance. He's got a billion A's. Not the fastest in the world, but a billion A's. Gotta take him. And he's actually normal. I'm a little surprised by that. I might even trade up for Fox, though, the safety, because like I said, I don't know if I have any needs going forward, but if I grab a safety now, slowly that develops behind some mentors, maybe when we actually do need that safety, he'll be ready to go. These two for a draft pick? I don't know. I feel like the AI would never give us this much value, but a high third this, a third next, a high fourth this, a sixth 2 years from now, a young corner, and a decently young free safety for 42. That was 20-some spots we moved up. 25 spots-ish, maybe. Unbelievable, but hey, we get our trade up, and hopefully, assuming we do stick it out with... This tight end actually looks pretty nice, too. Edwards, 21, 6'6", super fast. He's probably hidden dev, maybe even superstar, but I think this pick is going to be safety. I don't know who's better, but I think this guy has a little bit better potentials. Fox, he's 21 years old as well. Oh my god, he's slow, though. I put him on the list just because he had some decent potentials. Like I said, the scouting takes a long time. So sometimes I do kind of cut corners and I just look at 1 or 2 ratings. And I just assumed he's going to be a guy that was decently fast, but maybe things have changed. Did I really just trade up for a tight end? I guess I did. Why not? Depth at tight end. Dwayne Edwards, welcome. And he's normal, of course. And Mr. Tyler Calcutta in the 3rd round. I don't know about his versatility. I guess he could probably move around the entire interior of the line. And hidden development trait. Looked pretty good with those ratings and turned out to be hidden. That's all I can ask for. 6th round pick. It's going to be just some random pick. Maybe a fullback. Maybe a punter / kicker because our punter was ass and the kicker was not great either. Probably go kicker. There's actually a couple of elite kick power kickers. This guy has B accuracy, though, and a hidden dev. It's just too easy. It's too easy to draft the gems. Although I will say we sold him that tight end pick. Really just a luxury pick of, like, this guy's athletic. Why not add another talent to our team? And, you know, maybe that safety we passed on is actually goated. I don't know. Punter, this guy could be goated as well. Speaking of, A kick power or accuracy, nope. Never mind. We'll add that to the list of things I'll never do again. I drafted 2 hidden dev kickers in the same draft class. The punter sucked. I don't know if I can make this guy a punter because it would be kind of weird. Maybe the other guy could be a punter. I don't know. But I was like, screw it, dude. I don't know. I don't have anything else. I'm just going to go for him, and it works out. Unbelievable. I wonder if the guy was actually generational because he did have 99 kick power. I don't care about the age for kickers, so it doesn't really matter. 76, the punter is pretty bad, but 76 is decent. The wide receiver, Barto, was a 77 overall with 85 release. He's kind of like a mini generational. Like, I don't think he's actually going to be generational, but he's kind of mini. Like, he's got some really good ratings. Star dev only, but he's got some really, like, elite ratings in there that are, you know, solid as hell. O-line, we don't really need that right now, but I am kind of curious to see the tight end's actual ratings as, you know, he had potential. Very good catching, has all the catching traits. Injury kind of sucks, though, but he'd be a good player if you're actually going to use him. Got to change that number for sure, though. Vance, he was normal dev, but he's really good. Maybe he's a future safety. I mean, he's more into the man than zone, but it is what it is. Play him at free safety right now because if we need a safety in the future and we don't have a better option, he would fit better as a free safety than a strong safety. And then we'll take a look at Roseman, the 5'8" hidden dev with 79 kick accuracy, obviously 99 kick power. Dev he is superstar, so I think, do they consider that a generational or is it just coincidence? Because he has 99 kick power, he's superstar dev. I feel like the overall needs to be like 78 plus for that. And then this guy really shouldn't be a punter, but I'm probably just going to put him at punter. I don't know if he's even going to start, but we're definitely going to release the kicker that we had. But I don't know about the punter we have, Behringer. We might give him another season. And then I found a random rookie fullback. I don't know how that happened. Oh, he's insane, though. 87 speed and 90 lead block. He's basically a running back. But, yeah, he's pretty sick. I don't know why certain players, like, I think that position, fullback, and like kicker, punter, I think those are the positions that for some reason are just automatically shown dev. Like, if I release my players that are hidden, are they gonna like become like unhidden if I release them, or how does that work? I don't even know. Or if they just go undrafted, does it happen? I don't even know. All right, season 4, we have just this season and next season left to try and turn this into a playoff and maybe Super Bowl winning team. We have added all the talent in the world. We've managed the funds perfectly, and yet we just can't even get to the playoffs, let alone to the Super Bowl. I think I'm going to rock. I don't know what playbook. I really don't know. Like, we've seen the Bills in it a couple of times. Maybe it's because they're quarterback, though. The Ravens, I think I've seen a couple of times. Did we go with the Bills? Let's try Buffalo. Why not? I genuinely don't know what to do. I genuinely don't. I even changed to the Chiefs playbook. It's not working. We're still losing like every game. I genuinely don't know what it is. I don't know. Are they like literally like my quote unquote conspiracies of they have it built in the game where certain teams just don't win because they're not expected to in real life? Is that a true thing? Allen, I mean, that's a 7-year deal. These are a little unrealistic of contracts, but you know, so is when you have to pay outside linebacker that's not pass rush, 82 overall, like 20-some million a year because the game thinks he's a pass rusher. So, you know, you take the good with the bad. Really, that's about it. And Creed will have to offer more, but that's fine. Garner Johnson, he likely gets a contract. Onwenu, I don't know about because money is a problem-ish when you have to pay a guy like Scorton soon. But I think we could afford them all. I think we're chilling. If we lose, it's another 7-10. Oh, we win, and it's an improvement! 8-9 as one of the best teams in the league can't make the playoffs, and it's not because of the division. All right, the division has been all over the place. The division is not winning either, so it's not that. The Bills are great, sure, whatever, but the rest of the division has been very inconsistent. I don't want to hear, oh, it's because the division's tough. No, it's not the division. It's the simulation not working well. I mean, we missed the playoffs with a 34 touchdown, a 5 interception season from Drake Maye. That's insane. Allen, yards per carry going up, but the yards and touchdowns aren't. 3 really good wide receivers. Warren wasn't bad. Trent Brown was terrible. We're letting him go anyways. Pass rush has been terrible. Maybe it is defense. Maybe I got to trade for a true pass rusher. Kicker who's generational technically. Was missed 3 kicks out of 11, but 2 were blocked. Behringer was way better this season. He had competition. He was feeling the pressure. 4th in offensive yardage. Number 2 for MVP. Almost won MVP, which is, I mean, crazy. Bartow wins Rookie of the Year. Maybe he's our new starting wide receiver going forward. I don't know. But, you know, gotta love when it's 4 seasons in and we didn't make the playoffs one time. One time. We're at 90 overall, and that's without winning games. Imagine we're winning games. We'd be probably like 92, 93, 94. This is actually insane. This is the worst I've ever seen a team do with a pretty much 99 overall quarterback. We're 90 overall. Everyone else is like 88 or less. You know, about 85, 86 is the average. Chiefs are on 90 overall. You think the Chiefs are missing the playoffs as much as us? 88, 90. So we're tied with the best teams in the league, yet I guarantee those teams aren't missing the playoffs. I guarantee it. And then the Eagles go from pick 1 to 32? Is that how that goes? Is that something that happens often? They do lose. So 31, I guess. 71 mil left, though, which is great because we have the quarterback contract technically already factored in. Bartow goes up in dev as expected, which kind of moves him up the list by default, I suppose. And then looking at the defense, I think Perkins joins the superstar squad, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Perkins. Everyone else is where they belong already. Buy one, get one for... No, they haven't made them wrong. You can get whatever ability as a defender. But, yeah, Trent Brown retired anyway, so even if we wanted to keep him, we couldn't. I mean, here it is last season, no matter what. Whether we finally show promise and we lose in the wild card round, which is lackluster, I'm done. I mean, this is the team we have built. 5 seasons is more than enough for a rebuild. I mean, honestly, at this point, if we were the new head coach, like Jerome Maye here, or we were a new GM, whatever it may be, we would have been fired already. Like, we just are showing no promise. We have great players, but we're showing no promise to actually win games, and we would have been gone. So if anything, 5 years is actually too long. Because like I said, we would have been gone by now. There's no way they stick it out with this many failed seasons. And unfortunately, free agency looks pretty weak, but we're going to be throwing pretty much everything at Ramczyk, even though we don't need to because no one else wants him for some reason, as we need a new left tackle. And, you know, it's the last season. And even if it wasn't the last season, I'd probably debate it just because the value's there. I mean, we're getting so far into this rebuild that, you know, the real life class players are starting to show up in free agency. All right, DT is one of our biggest kind of holes on the team, even though the future should have been bright without any outside sources. But we're going to trade a first this, which is pick 19, a 3rd next, and a 6th round pick this year to land him, which of course we're going to end up putting him at actual defensive tackle, which gives us some names. But realistically here, Heron, who has high potential, same with Banks, they never developed into high overalls, and I really think that overall does play a big factor in sim luck. And 92 overall Derek Brown, you can't really get much higher of an overall than that. So, going to be playing him at DT, hoping for a dev up, and maybe this is our season. I don't freaking know. Oh my god, he went up super high at DT, though. He went, well, maybe not. He went up. No, he did go up. He went up to a 96. That's kind of insane. He's very good. We have pick 18, which in the second round, of course, we're going to probably look to trade down and grab a lineman, maybe a linebacker along with. And, I mean, for the most part, call it a draft. Obviously, we spent our majority of our value, if you will, on, that's actually a pretty decent trade, on the trade, obviously. The defensive tackle, Derek Brown. We are going to, like I said, take whoever the best available lineman is, and then, like I said, maybe try to grab a linebacker. Once again, all just for the future anyways. Curtis Best looks pretty good. Sharp might be better, though. There's some really good linemen here, though. I mean, they're all looking really good. McMillan looks great. Maybe Watkins, even? 22. I'll probably go with just whoever's the youngest if there is one that's younger than the rest. Best is 22. Sharp, what are you looking at? Hall 22. Thanks for making it real easy on me. Best looks the biggest, so I'm going to go with Best. He's the biggest and the best. And he's heading. Nice. A fourth and a fifth. This with Hayden for the Broncos third-round pick, which we're going to be using on McMillan. There's some other really good linemen here, but at the end of the day, I just need to grab a couple of future positions, and I mean, we're fine. It is what it is. We don't really need anything going on here. I think McMillan is the best, right? He looks the best based on what we can tell, so he's going to be our guy. Sucks that he's 22, but fast and Nev. The desperation has been had. Was the trade for Derek Brown good? We're going to find out in this offseason. Of course, doesn't really matter too much about the guys we just drafted, so I might just skip right on to showing you guys the next roster. Actually, we'll take a quick look. Quick look at the overall. Don't care about the devs. It is what it is, because we're not going to use them anyways. And, wow, okay, they're really low. Here it is, the final season. We are going to be rocking with the Chiefs playbook start to finish. It's the only playbook I know that is goated. Maybe the Cowboys, I suppose, but I've had more success with the Chiefs. This team is really good, and it could have been even better hadn't the game screwed us all these years. Our depth is insane. You know, we've got talent across the board. We have so many good players. Really, the only lacking position would be running back, but Allen's had, 2 really good seasons in a row, especially this latest one. Maybe if he actually looked like himself, he'd be even better. 100 mil, Drake Maye needs it. Holy crap. This is some contract. It's like 60 million a year pretty much. That is one of the highest numbers I've seen in Madden. I'm on the fence. $500 million. It's not even for 10 years like freaking Mahomes is. Of course, that looks like it'd be a contract that they work on anyways. But yeah, our money isn't as good as we thought. Oh, we broke. Perfect time to end it. Of course, I don't know if I would have paid Perkins anyways, but Harbor needs to go potentially. Do you let a guy like Harbor go, though, especially when you can afford him? I don't know if you do. Damn, this team is kind of broke now, but that's because we, over-traded for Derek Brown because we had no choice because the team was just not winning, and it felt like that was our biggest loss. Lose the left tackle, but even then, even though we're kind of broke, we seem like we'd be fine, right? Like, replacing Petrie, not that hard. Replacing Perkins, not that hard. And then we'll get the contract for May done anyways. Here we go to the playoffs, and we're finally in them. We do not get the bye week at 14-3. We definitely choked near the end, too, because we had 2 games where we lost right at the end. The Raiders are cooking, though. They steal our bye week, sadly. But at least we've made the playoffs, and that's really, at this point, all I could ask for. Drake Maye with the number 1 yards. Don't know about the touchdown to pick ratio, but we'll find out. I mean, it was about time. It was about time. We lost to 2 pretty bad teams, if I'm not mistaken, but it was about damn time that we made the playoffs, deservingly made them, regardless of the scheme, whatever. Touchdowns were low, though. So were the picks, though. Allen has been playing really well, though. He's not even a 90 overall, but Warren's an X factor. Mitchell and Harbor, don't worry about it. O-line was a little iffy. Defensively, sack totals, Derek Brown was pretty good. Whitmore was amazing. Scorton was decent. And Barmore was pretty much useless, to be honest. But Gonzalez is an X factor with 8 interceptions. That is insane. Roseman missed 1 out of 11. Behringer was better. And we just needed that kicker to play punter. And we've been holding a backup punter for 2 seasons now. What the hell? May was number 4. Any award win? Surely something in here. Best quarterback was 3. Allen was 2 for best running back. Wide receiver not on the list. O-line not on the list. D-line at number 2 and 10. Looking at linebacker, surprisingly not on the list. DB Gonzalez obviously at number 1, and then kicker at number 4. So finally in the playoffs. Will we win some games? Could we really clutch this rebuild up and actually make the Super Bowl, maybe win a Super Bowl with the final season being our first berth and all the way run? David Long being an X factor, that's kind of cool. I like seeing new names that don't, develop all the time or ever really. 6-0, and all it takes is 1, but we only get 3 points. It's a field goal battle, really a field goal battle. 9-6. It's 9-9, 12-9. We finally score a touchdown, but the Jets look like they are not going to do that. They're staying in the game completely on field goals. They might win the game with only field goals. The defense with a pick. We have played like ass, but the defense is clutched up. 19-15. What a weird game. Arch Manning with an interception. Maye was terrible. Allen was pretty decent. Other sack totals, Barmore was great. That almost tied his season total. Gotta love the random sim. CJ Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And yeah, that pass rush was absolutely the difference. Although playing against a Jets team that almost never wins a Super Bowl and barely winning is not a great sign for us, but a win is a win after all. I should have actually upgraded Barmore there myself, but it is what it is. We're going to just move on to the divisional round where we are going to be facing off against the Jaguars, a team that we actually borrowed their playbook for a moment, and it actually did okay. It's just we weren't winning with it, so I turned it off, and we went with the Chiefs, and it still wasn't winning, but this season obviously a bit different than the rest. And the Raiders, who have been kind of killing it in the championship round potentially, and surprisingly, unless somebody beat them, the Chiefs not in it. I haven't really seen the Chiefs that much in this rebuild, but here's the Jaguars 7-0. Oh my god, the scoring woes again! I don't know what's wrong with this team. I just don't. Like, how come they can't score? Like, I just don't get it, and the defense is going to give up. Oh, they finally score, but it's a little too late, and the defense has played like ass, I gotta admit. I gotta admit, though, the defense has been very garbage. And, I mean, we lose 30-20. Just a weird rebuild where we built an amazing roster, yet we just sucked. I don't know what to tell you. Allen was terrible, and we built a great team, and we sucked. Josh Allen cooked. I don't know what to tell you. It's just the way Madden goes. It's EA after all. It is unfortunately how it happens and how things just go. Losing to the divisional round, it's the furthest we get. The only playoff season we see. Drake Maye, his seasons were pretty good and his overall is really good, but just somehow we're not winning, and we're gonna end this rebuild without even a playoff, Super Bowl berth, let alone a win, as the Jaguars are in the Super Bowl and lose to the Giants. I mean, the Giants won multiple Super Bowls in a Patriots rebuild. If that isn't like the ultimate, like, finally we got you, I don't know what is. The tight end is a superstar X Factor. Allen gets a superstar, which obviously he was worth the trade and he developed nicely. But yeah, let's take a look at all the overalls in general, because obviously this is our that was our final season. I'm not going to play another one. I promised it. I said, even if we show promise, I don't care. I don't care. 5 years is enough. I've had my fill. We're about to lose some players. I mean, it's not going to get better. The team's not going to get better. It's only getting worse from here. Although the overalls, I suppose, will get a little bit better. But pure roster, we're going to be losing players, not gaining them. Bartow, very good, but the route running's a little iffy. What about Maye? Let's see how good he was. 99 overall X Factor, obviously. Looking like a beast. Really good throw power and everything. Very good draft pick there. We didn't look at Allen, did we? I know I just clicked him, but I kind of just glanced over his ratings. Very good trucking. Not too great in the like finesse style, like juking abilities. But Harbor, great number 3 as he's fast. But we definitely have a bit of a too tall of a team. Warren, I feel like I just look through all of these players like multiple times. I just think that I wasn't actually looking at them. I was just showing them to go through it, but I just didn't actually look myself. I don't know about Onwenu. I guess we'll take a look at him, but real life player and all. Not many actual like real like Patriots left, which in fairness, it's like all drafted. It's not like we just traded for a bunch of players, but Christian Gonzalez obviously went to X Factor, which very fitting with all those interceptions that he just had. He's now a 92 overall. Probably smarter to go with zone, but he still gets an upgrade there. 81 zone coverage, 96 man, very fast. Super stellar player who finally made X Factor. Let's take a look at Stevens now, 85 overall, super young, so he still has time to develop. Obviously another man corner, which is great. Then we look at Barmore, who's an 85 overall. He's regressing. If you can get rid of him soon, which it seems like next year's the year, maybe you're not super screwed. 85, 3 block shed with 83 power move, I believe. Definitely on like the drop. He's like, it's over for him pretty much. Whitmore is great as a right end. Very good finesse, decent speed. And then we'll take a look at Scorton. 89 overall as well. A little bit older, but still really good. Great power move, decent block shed. Huge, decently fast. What do we have? Joke. I've seen him as like pretty much a 99 overall already, but whatever. We'll take a look anyways. No block shed, but Once again, very good coverage, obviously. Can move around. Then we look at Holcomb, who's really low overall for a guy that I believe was drafted as a superstar, no? I don't know if it's just because he's playing right outside linebacker, but his overall is just not going up at all. Perkins, the X Factor, who you pretty much have to get rid of because you're broke. Very good coverage. Block shed's low. And then we look at the safeties. There's really no point in looking at the safeties, actually, so we ignore that. Special teamers, doesn't really matter. Roseman's pretty young. I guess Behringer we'll take a look at, who's pretty much been a 75, 76 overall this entire rebuild. 99 kick power, 80 accuracy. But anyways, that is going to be it for this rebuild. Kind of a failed one, technically, since we didn't win a Super Bowl. But as far as the roster rebuild, it's obviously amazing. One of our best, from bare bones to where we are now rebuilds. We traded for, one DT, but everything else was either free agency or the draft. And we kept one of our best offensive lines we've ever had, right? I've never had really pretty much 90-plus overall linemen, 3+ of them for this long. Usually I have to get rid of one because, like I always say, best way to keep a really good team in Madden is just to not pay linemen because it's also an easy position to draft. But this time we actually did, and even then it wasn't enough as we finished this rebuild never getting to even the championship round as the best roster in the league for at least the last 2 seasons. And you know what? We just chalked this one up to EA winning. EA wins. They have the win. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I'd really do appreciate your continued support on the channel. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays for non-Madden content, where there might be a Spider-Man video up there tomorrow. Been uploading the Spider-Mans a little bit lately, trying to finish the game. Don't know what I'll move on to next. So many things I've never played. Like I said, talked about Pal World a little bit. Resident Evil, the remakes I've never played, or hell, forget the remakes. The what the hell is it called? But when they added new ones, what the hell is it damn called? The reboots, if you will. I think it was Biohazard and The Village. Those look great, and haven't played did I play the new God of War? I can't even remember. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't think I did. Haven't even played any of the Last of Us games. There's so much to play. But if you guys want to see another rebuild, let me know what you want to see in the comment section below. I have a bunch of teams I haven't done yet. There's a couple of draft pick teams that have solidified their position in the leaderboards. Maybe it's the Commanders next time and we get Caleb Williams. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. And that's about it. Main channel uploads, if you're not into the second channel stuff, the Spider-Man video for tomorrow likely. Then it'll be on Saturday. We'll have 3 videos on Saturday, nothing on Sunday, then back on Monday. So basically 3 more videos in the next couple of days on the main channel and some more Spider-Man on the second channel. That's about it, though. Thanks for watching. All you guys come back for next video. But until next video,